This is the 195th episode of CloudFocus Weekly for the first day of Dreamforce 2014. This episode is titled Dreamforce Day 1. I'm your host, Jason Atwood, and joining me, co-hostist with the mostest, here live, but recorded and on your device, Justin Edelstein. Justin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I feel like people can hear me because they're cheering now that I'm on.
Yeah.
I can't really hear you so well.
Can they hear me now better?
Oh, now they can.
Excellent.
Can you hear him now? Anybody?
This is...
Sort of, a little bit? Yes. Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you very much with the wizard hat.
There are 17 mics in my face. I feel a little bit like a celebrity, but not in a good way. Kind of like death row celebrity
Everyone's
style.
Staring at you.
Well, we are live in the admin zone here at Dreamforce 14, and we're live podcasting. And we're here to talk about. We got an agenda only about Dreamforce today. That's all we're going to talk about.
What have you done today so far? It's halfway through the first day.
Yes.
What are your initial impressions having walked around the campus a little bit?
I was going to do a little bit of backlog. We got in here as we normally do. We got in a little early.
No one cares.
I like getting in a little early.
No one cares if we watch football.
No, well, yesterday we watched football.
Yeah, we can skip that.
It was a terrible, terrible day of football.
No one cares.
And then today we went right into Dreamforce World, which was a lot about the booth and setting that up. And I actually have not done anything other than the booth and come to this
Really?
podcast. Yeah.
So thanks. The wrong question. Why don't you ask me?
Hey, Justin, what have you done on today?
Well, I woke up nice and early. I also went to our booth in Moscone North. What is it? N1032?
Very good,
yes,
very good. Yep.
Go there.
Nice prop.
Get demos of stuff. Permissioner, clone this user. And I went to the partner keynote this morning, which was very nice, very enlightening. I'll talk about a couple of the things that were announced at the partner keynote that I think are freely talk-aboutable. Is that a word?
Nope, not a word at all.
Not a word?
Nope.
But I can talk about them because they were, anyone could have walked into that keynote, so there's no safe harbor or NDA around that kind of stuff. And then I spent about an hour and a half here in this admin zone, which is fantastic. Look at this. Be a Salesforce superhero with the superhero themed stuff.
Yep.
Whoosh and splat and pow and all that other stuff up there hanging from the rafters. There's a coffee machine. They have tea also, not to be underrated. There's a theater which happens to be well across the room.
Much, much better for this year for the actual hearing and listening. Yes.
Flow. So I like that. And we know some people who are going to be presenting over there later today, yes?
Yes, we have.
And I think on Wednesday.
Yes, we do.
Some permission set stuff. So far, so good here at Dreamforce. Haven't seen the big man. Haven't seen Mr. Benioff yet.
No, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
And so far, just the one keynote. I tried to get in to see the Mark Benioff fireside chat at the Yerba Buena Theater, but the line wrapped around the theater twice, I think.
Yes.
Literally once and then again.
We couldn't even find each other in the line trying to get into the fireside chat.
That's how desperate we were. We were actually on a phone conversation with voice. Who does that?
No one.
You just text.
No one does that.
This morning we were. What were we doing this morning? What was that? That functionality. We were sort of playing around with the voice texting thing.
Oh yeah, sending each other voice snippets.
That is
it's a new phone
conversation of the future.
It's the way my daughter's going to communicate with me in a year and a half.
One sentence at a time, audio.
Yes. So
like that.
So you actually have more information than I do on anything.
I have my iPad open and it has stuff in it.
So you have notes? So why don't I just...
I have notes and such.
All right, so there are two announcements already that have made itself outside of the safe harbor and have broken free of the grasp of all things PR. So there are two sort of big announcements already at Dreamforce. And I want to safe harbor the crap out of this because we don't really know anything about these other than what you've seen, and that's not a lot.
That's right.
So tell me what you've learned today so far at Dreamforce.
Today, well, I learned a lot at the partner keynote, and for those who are partners that listen to this, you'll be happy to hear that the partner ecosystem is alive and well, going very strong.
Excellent.
very, very big numbers. They were throwing out big percentage numbers of year-over-year growth. I'm not going to bore the audience with them, though.
Please don't.
I won't. The goal, as always, is to someone put it really well, modern employee apps. Like, I thought that was really cool, talking about enterprise applications as really thinking through them as consumer applications. So not necessarily designing them the way a traditional enterprise application would be designed, thinking through like a customer-facing application and designing and deploying applications in that way, but for the enterprise.
That seems to be that's like back to the future, because going back to sort of the original story of Salesforce and that we tell with, it was designed around tabs. That tabs was the way you ordered books on Amazon.
I agree.
So there we go. We're back to the originals.
We're back. So the customer success platform is going to be the big push. It's going to kind of be the tagline, if you will. Salesforce One is the customer success platform.
I like it.
Build all these apps on top of. Talked a little bit about wearables in the future there with geofencing and alerting. I thought that was really neat. Gave a really cool use case on the stage where you have a wearable, you have a watch, and it's running the Salesforce One wearable or Salesforce One Wear toolkit, and you walk into your client's office, and it knows you're in your client's office, and on your watch pops up any open opportunities, any like last conversations that you've had, the activities, the very sort of going, again, back to the future, that typical CRM use case that it's like, show me the last conversation I had with this customer, but do it in a very different way, right?
Right.
I know my watch knows I'm in their office, so it's going to surface the information that's important for me at that very moment, which is very, very powerful.
That would be nice. I again, the more I get into wearables, and I'm a wearable guy. I wear the wear.
Well, you wear clothing.
I do, although this morning,
right now.
this morning I almost didn't wear clothing.
No one needs to know about.
I'm telling you, I was pantless. No, I was pantless.
No one needs to know about that.
Listen, what happens at Dreamforce stays with Dreamforce unless it goes on this podcast and is put out to millions of people.
There's people listening and watching right now that they're not even sure because they can't see below the desk. They don't know if you're wearing pants right now.
It could be a pantless podcast. Hashtag. But no, I think the wearables thing, I still think health and fitness are the two places it's going to go for a long, long time, and then you're going to get into what other consumer apps you can make into wearables. But I'm excited to see where they go with it. I mean, go somewhere interesting, right? Build something that I want and that I'll buy, and if I'll buy it, then I think you got a chance.
Well, no, if you'll buy it, that doesn't mean anything.
No,
you'll buy anything.
That's true. That's true.
Take a guess. How many App Exchange apps are there?
Didn't they just cross like 10,000 the other day?
No.
300,000.
Not even close.
2 million.
No, you're going in the wrong direction. How many apps are there on the App Exchange?
10.
Okay, closer.
11.
Let me answer. 2,500.
That's it?
That's it. 2,500 apps on the App Exchange, but how many installs?
250,000.
Oh, you were so close. Keep going.
275,000.
2.5 million.
2.5 million.
Yes. And a year ago, when we were here at Dreamforce, when they launched Salesforce One Mobile, they launched with 10 Salesforce One Mobile applications. How many are live today? Question.
10,000.
300. You're so off. You couldn't even be further from the
I love this game. Let's keep going. How old are you? 325.
There's no more numbers I can throw in your direction.
This is great. I love this game.
All right, so they have big aspirations, big goals. Salesforce wants to be bigger than SAP. They think they can get there. They've got the platform. They're putting the customer first. So let me go into the kind of the big...
Yeah, the two big announcements.
Here. So let's start with a couple of
Don't bury the lead.
A couple smaller ones. So Platform Connect, being able to surface data from other systems into what appear to be like native Salesforce objects, and being able to do with them or with that data what you would do with any other object, like write a workflow rule, report on them, write triggers, all sorts of fun things that you can do with external data sources without actually having to have that data reside inside of Salesforce.
That does sound like fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Yep.
event monitoring for adoption tracking, performance tweaking, visualization, compliance, how people are using applications within the platform. That's a big push right now.
Okay.
Oh, you're just going to be like, okay. All right.
Yep.
App Exchange Store Builder. So a private app exchange that you can roll out and deploy with your own enterprise apps.
Okay, now you're interesting. Give me a use case on that.
So you're a big company.
I am.
Really big one.
I am a big company.
And you've got Salesforce as your platform. Salesforce is your enterprise platform for everything that you do, or most of the things that you do.
This is true.
And you have different lines of business, and they can go to your own private listing of apps and download and install and use those applications for themselves.
Okay.
All custom branded for you. Like your own private app store.
I like it. Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
Yep.
All right. Salesforce Agile Accelerator.
Ooh.
Ask me what that means.
What does that mean, Justin?
That's a lot of buzzwordy stuff.
It's so buzzwordy.
So everyone always admires how Salesforce can innovate and put out 3 releases a year, like clockwork. So Salesforce is going to be releasing the way that they run their agile methodology. So their app that they use internally.
Oh, they're like their scrumming app.
Yeah, it's called Gus. And that will be available for everybody to utilize and do their own project work or plan out their own work inside of this. Again, this is kind of coming from a partner perspective.
Right.
It's like, if I'm a partner and I'm building an App Exchange app and I want to be just like Salesforce, how do I do that? Well, you can use this app to build your apps just like the way Salesforce builds theirs.
Interesting. What is one of the S's in Gus Scrum?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's just they didn't put the acronym on the screen or anything.
I'm gonna make a bet that one of the S's is Scrum.
The 2 big ones.
All right, let's get to the big ones.
So Salesforce One Lightning.
Salesforce One Lightning. Okay.
Salesforce One Lightning. It's actually already in the org. In your org now.
Log in right now.
By the time you listen to this.
Or if you're standing out there right now, go log into your org.
Right now, in the develop menu is Lightning components.
Okay.
I actually saw the other day and got very excited. I had no idea what it was. But now I have an idea.
So, but tell everybody else what it is.
So it's a framework, a UI framework for rapid building of applications. So reusable components. The Salesforce One mobile app is actually all built on this Lightning framework. So the whole app, all the little cards and components and the nav and everything is all built using Lightning.
Okay.
So they did a little demo on the stage where they had a mobile app where there was a custom tab that was like My Opportunities or something like that, and you clicked on it, and it had a list view that showed the opportunities that matched to certain criteria and a graph or a chart. And the person who was demoing actually went into the back end, edited the application by using this little palette. It was kind of like a page layout builder for an app, and was able to just drag and drop things onto and off of this custom mobile tab that then all of a sudden he hit save and the app refreshed completely. So it was like page layouts for super intricate stuff that you would have to normally develop.
Yeah, this is one of those things that I feel like I can't even wrap my head around it until I see it.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to go to the zone, the dev zone, and...
Luckily, it's right there.
Luckily, it's literally right there.
It's literally right there.
And I feel like you can go in there and you can get a demo right now if you wanted.
I would like to. I mean, is this part of the form? I mean, is this anything for the desktop at this point, or is it only mobile?
You know, you're asking me questions I don't have the answer.
Well, that's sort of what I do.
No.
How many apps have been launched since the... Okay, there you go.
All right.
There's one you know.
You can build any UI with Lightning components, and they're calling it the Enterprise UI Framework.
Enterprise UI Framework. That is a sexy name. I'm not going to lie.
Cross-platform, promises compatibility across devices.
Okay.
No more iframes on your iPad inside of Salesforce One. Sounds awesome.
So, do you think that you're sort of is this stuff that we're all going to see tomorrow in the big keynote?
Yes.
Is there anything that you think is going to be that you're not talking about or that you don't know yet?
No.
Okay.
Because I think the CEO of Salesforce, Mark Benioff, is a fan of leaking his own stuff.
He likes to leak his own stuff?
He likes to leak things on Twitter before he should.
All right, I'm really just going to leave it right there. I'm going to step away, Cole. Let's get to the best news of the world.
What's the best news?
The name of the next thing.
The next big thing?
The next big thing.
Project Wave? Are we talking about?
Oh, the wave is back.
Catch the wave?
Catch the wave. So what is Project Wave?
Swim with your data? Huh?
No. Surf your data?
Maybe?
No.
So Project Wave is, I think that I saw on some marketing deck, like the third wave of computing.
I like that.
All right,
That's all right. Not bad.
A consumer approach to analytics, so you don't have to be a data scientist or a PhD to be able to figure out analytics from what I gather, it's not just Salesforce data. It's a true data visualization tool that can take multiple sources and mash them up against each other, Salesforce being one of those sources that you can single sign on or sign into from a mobile device. So it was designed mobile first.
Right.
So you can right now download Salesforce Analytics from the App Store in iOS. So
Yep.
You can go into your iPhone, your iPad, download the app, and play around in the playground. I think as of either today or tomorrow, you'll be able to single sign on to your org and start using your own Salesforce data as part of the playground, where there's already some fake data in there for you to play around with.
Now, the rumor on the street was there's some pricing around this new thing.
That I don't have.
All right.
I don't have it. They weren't giving that out.
I've heard some rumors, and I'm not even going to repeat them because if
Don't repeat them if you don't know they're true.
Well, I got them from a pretty good source, and let's just say I kind of had to ask 4 times. I said, "Are you serious?" And they said, "Yep, that's the price." And I said, "Are you serious?"
Was it free?
No, it's like
So it costs money.
Free plus like
A couple of dollars.
thousands and thousands and
No,
thousands of
stop
dollars. I'm not kidding.
Stop it.
I'm not guy.
No, I'm
so
asking
that's
you to stop so I can take a drink of water.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have to stop talking for you to take a drink of water. That's not how this works. It's not ventriloquism. So anyway, I'm all excited about the wave, primarily just based on the name. I mean, the name alone, as for all those loyal listeners
Long
all the way back to I
listeners.
think our first podcast was like named Google Wave, wasn't it?
Well, we
maybe
always
like-
used to plan the podcast on the Google Wave.
So in
We
that
used to say it in every episode.
there's a product that actually is called Wave now. Although it doesn't sound like I'll ever be able to afford it, but if it is,
You don't know what it costs.
I do.
No, you don't.
I'm not going to say it, but I do.
You don't know anything.
I talked to a Salesforce employee. I did.
You don't even know a Salesforce employee.
I know 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I could throw a stick and hit like 5 Salesforce
You know what,
employees
that's so
right
true.
from
I'm
here.
looking
I
around
could,
and there's Salesforce
I could throw
employees everywhere.
I could throw a sheep and
We're
hit a
getting them
Salesforce
assigned
employee.
to stop talking about it.
All right. Really?
No,
It just came
I
across.
made that up.
Okay.
I want to stop talking about it. It's making me uncomfortable and I'm sweating.
Well, that's just because it's 110 degrees on this studio.
Yeah, we got lights shining on us.
All right.
We got light up there. Do you see it? Right there to your right?
I do. That one.
Why does that need to shine on us?
Because
it's so bright
it's
in
very
here.
dark, very dark. Well, all very interesting. Again, it's very hard to even talk about this stuff until I see it and like get a sense of. I basically need to go into and be keynoted. I need to have someone
Yeah, you
keynote
should
me.
Keynote tomorrow.
Keynote me.
And if I were you, I would go to. I think a lot of the product keynotes are taking place tomorrow and the next day. So there is a big Project Wave keynote
Right.
that you should definitely attend.
Oh
And
yes, definitely.
I feel like you'll get a lot of the information that we're not sure about during that keynote.
Awesome.
And then you can ask all your questions at the Mark and Parker Q&A at the end of the event.
Give me some other. Whoa.
That didn't come out well. What else do you
By the
wanna
way,
know?
for all those listening for the last broadcast that I said I was getting sick, guess what? I got sick. Thanks.
That happened.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for all the well wishes. So, other thoughts. I mean, it's first day of Dreamforce. I will say, just immediate reaction. Every year we talk about the size and how big Dreamforce is. Is it too big? Is it getting bigger? And last year I said I didn't feel like it didn't feel bigger just from walking around. I didn't feel like from 95 to 120 or whatever the numbers were last year. I didn't feel like I was inundated with people. It felt sort of the same amount of people. This too feels the same. It feels like we're right around.
Yeah, it feels the same as last year. I don't necessarily. To me, Dreamforce doesn't start until Mark Benioff does his keynote.
Do you think that people don't come in on the Monday because they're waiting for the...
I feel like people came in today and are not here yet.
Oh, okay. People just literally, they're hanging out in the park.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not going to go.
No, I think they're sitting in not so comfortably in their airplane, making their way here from wherever they're coming from.
They're being scanned for viruses.
Doing whatever.
Wherever they are. All right.
Yeah. But I haven't been outside what I would call the main area. I haven't really wandered beyond the Moscone Center. I haven't gone to the Marriott or the Hilton or any of the Westin or whatever, any of the other places that this conference is sprawled out.
Right, but even North doesn't feel... I mean, we've been in North, and North doesn't feel crazy. It feels normal.
No, but it feels like people are not here yet completely.
Yeah. I also think that you have to be at the keynote with the 10,000 people to feel the 10,000 people. Like
100,000?
Well, in the keynote. Like, how many people in that room?
A lot.
I think it's like a 15 or 10,000.
The partner keynote was packed.
Oh, I bet.
It was packed. It was big. There were a lot of people in there.
Nice. So other things, other first impressions, anything you're seeing is otherwise feeling very just normal Dreamforce, not a
normal Dreamforce.
How do you like it? How do you like the kicking off on the Tuesday keynote versus the Monday keynote?
I think it's always been this way.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the first days had the keynote.
I don't think Monday has ever really been a very big day. I think it's always been very light. And
then
Monday
Tuesday's the big keynote.
Yeah, but now Monday's packed, and Tuesday is not. What the difference is Tuesday, like tomorrow morning, is Hillary.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then Mark is later on in the afternoon. That's the big difference. You're not getting Mark Benioff keynote at 9 a.m.
No, but Hills has got to come in and do her thing, and then get on a plane.
Get in, get out.
Yes, I'm actually very, very excited for her. Just because I think it's more of a historical moment, and I feel like I'm interested to be a part of that moment.
Do you feel like anyone's listening to us?
Yes, that person right there. See? The whole time.
I said I would be throwing stuff at people who was lit.
Now Justin is literally throwing things.
Here we go. Hold on. Now I gotta switch to my right
He
hand.
feels like he's like Gallagher or something. He's smashing pumpkins or wow.
This is a lot of fun to see who can catch.
You know what's better than watching you do this? Probably listening to you later throw things, because that's a very
this is a lot of fun.
Right over here.
Wait,
to your right.
Oh, hold on.
I'm telling you, this is the best.
I have no clue how much fun I'm having.
Best podcast ever when they throw
things. If people could only see this now. Wow, that's a long throw. Seriously?
All right, go for it. Okay. Go for it. Oh! Oppa!
Good thing these things are soft.
Wow.
That could take someone's head off. He wants one.
Interactive podcast throwing of cheap. You heard it here first. CloudFocus Weekly.
Now, who wants a pin with a sharp? No?
Who wants some broken glass? Who wants a bag full of broken glass? I'll throw it to you. I think that's going to wrap it up.
I think I got to throw the things I wanted to throw.
You did. You threw sheep.
I said I was going to throw stuff. I came, I threw, I conquered. I'm ready to go.
Do you want to plug your sheep a little bit?
I could plug it. So all those who got a sheep will notice that it says clonethisuser.com.
We are in the admin zone. This is a perfect thing for the admin zone.
This is for you admins. I mean, who gets that request all the time to create a new user just like that other user, right? That happens all the time. I'm seeing some shaking heads.
Yes.
So Clone This User is a mobile-first app, Salesforce One app, that does work on the desktop as well.
Yes, it does.
Where you type in the person's name who you're cloning, you find them, click on them, fill out first name, last name, email for the new user you're creating, and hit the clone button. And that's it. It takes care of the rest of it for you. All their user settings, any public group they're a member of, it copies that over. Any queue that they're a member of, any permission sets that they're assigned, it takes care of all that stuff. I see people taking out their iPhones now. I see them downloading it immediately.
Where could they go to download it?
If you're downloading it now and you have a sheep, you're not allowed to submit any support tickets. That's the rule.
It's a support-free app.
It's a free app.
Support-free.
No, we support it.
Oh, yeah, we do. We had a case the first day we launched it.
That's right, we did. And
all right.
resolved.
So
case closed.
Tell everybody where you can go get that app.
go get it at clonethisuser.com.
There you go.
Or search for it on the App Exchange.
So,
or go get a demo if you want at booth N1032 at Moscone North.
It feels a little early to do a CloudFocus app pick of the week.
I can't pick anything just yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And since we're doing
this user.
And we're doing three podcasts this week. In fact, we'll be back here tomorrow at noon to do another.
Schedule?
Yep, tomorrow at noon.
Noon, huh?
At the admin.
So we're before Mark. We're the opening band for Mark Benioff. Is that what you're saying?
Post Hills pre-Mark.
Okay. All
right. And then we're doing another one on Wednesday.
Which will be all about Mark.
So that'll be a full Mark. And then I think we should do our CloudFocus app pick of the week, since the weekly pick, on the Wednesday.
I'm going to walk the floor and pick something.
You just pick randomly.
Anything. Whoever I can see.
You can't pick Wave and you can't pick Clone This User.
Well,
those are the two things you
fair.
can't pick. No.
All right, fine.
All right. Well, that'll about wrap it up. We'll be back tomorrow again. For all you listening on the podcast, this is too late to come see us, but tomorrow at noon we'll be back in the admin zone, second floor, Moscone West.
For people listening to this podcast, it's too late for them to come see this one?
Well, no, not this one. Yes, it's over. It's done. You've downloaded it. We don't care. Don't come.
That's science.
Yeah, it is science.
Okay.
It's data science. We'll be back tomorrow, and until then, it's Justin and Jason saying, as always, enjoy those cloudy days.